Despite last game being pretty funny. Why? No! No! There is a problem now. Let's find a game. That I'm 2198. I don't like it. I don't like it. We want 2200 or more. So let's find a game. Let's see what's going on. I win 2 points exactly. Perfect. So let's play d4, 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 d4. Let's play e4. You play the Frenchman? Okay, let's play. Actually, I don't want to play the Irish. I want to play something different. But let me think. I think once I play the win gambit. Let's play d4. And I could go for the classical French. Why not? Knight c3. Yeah, let's play the classical French. And now you could play knight on f6. You could play bishop b4. Yeah, after you play bishop b4, I actually don't know what am I even supposed to do at this point. So your idea is that you want to take this pawn. Makes sense. So I could push. If I remember correctly, they usually push. But there is also a real annoying line that should be queen on g4. And queen on g4 is quite annoying. I'm just saying, you remove your bishop, so now this pawn is not defended. What you do now? And it is quite tricky because now I can play something like bishop on d3, I develop my pieces and I come towards you and you need to be pretty careful. But yeah, there are a lot of annoying lines after you play bishop b4 and that's why I don't play it. If they play knight on c3, I usually take. Then go for knight on d7, knight on f6 with the knights. Right, that d just doesn't care. Which I don't know, might be a move. Just not caring. And plays knight on c6. Now, I'll tell you something. You don't play knight on c6 in the French. I mean, usually you want to move the pawn first. You want to play c5. So, if you play a French without c5, it's not really French, first of all. So, something is off. I can sense that something is 100% off. Second, what happens if I take? If I take, I guess your idea is to play this. You have to defend somehow. So I guess the other idea is to play queen on f6. I take. What can I do? I could play this move. Knight is under attack, pawn is under attack. Knight move, I get attacked twice, which I actually don't like. But instead of going for this, I could even take the pawn. But then I take and there is still the same pressure. So before taking, I guess I have a few options. For example, I could start with the move e5. And the idea of e5 is that now you don't get this line. So after I play this, and I'm going to play this of course, first of all this pawn is defended. If you take my knight, I take with the pawn, no problem. And second, if you play f6, I'm just going to take, threatening your rook. And now this is just a threat because you don't get to play the move f6, saving everything. So at this point you have to be pretty careful, and probably the move is g6, even though it looks pretty bad. And I would say knight on c6 is a mistake indeed. I'm not sure what it was supposed to do, but probably even king on f8 wouldn't be the worst move ever. If you really don't know what to do, you could bring back the bishop. Eventually there is also the move g6. But right now if you play g6, after that I play this, I think I also have this move and it starts getting pretty annoying. Right, they decided to move the knight. I have to say this move is not terrible. It's not terrible. Your idea is that you want to play this and go for a counterplay. And at this point I'm actually wondering if I want to take this pawn, giving this to my opponent. So maybe before doing that I want to do something else. Maybe an idea could be to pin this knight, but usually the bishop on d3 is pretty good, it's pretty strong. So another idea could be to play knight on f3. Just defending this, I'm going to develop the bishop eventually and be happy with life. Yeah, and I think I want to go for this. Unless I want to play a3, but then you can go back and target this. No, I'm just going to play knight on f3. Just chilling, just waiting, and now I'm absolutely threatening to take. Now I don't give my opponent any sort of counterplay. I take this and I win this. The fact is that though I can win 2 pawns, and he's only going to win 1, but I also have to defend this, I also have to defend this, can play c5, I don't want to give my opponent counterplay, Because if you think about it, my position is fantastic. My opponent position is bad. Like, this knight is not supposed to be here. This knight is bad. This bishop is, I don't know, is not great. It's not doing that much, to be honest. And the fact is that you can't even castle. The moment you castle, I just play bishop d3 and I slaughter you. So there is no need to give my opponent counterplay when I'm sure I'm already much better. For example, now I have two choices. I could play bishop on b5, but then there is just bishop on e7, or bishop on d3. The point of bishop on d3 is actually pretty simple. This pawn is not under attack right now. I take the knight and I take the pawn once again, so another threat to this pawn. In order to prevent that, you could play g6. But I tell you something, after you play g6, I play bishop g5 and plant the bishop on f6. You won't castle in this game. Alright, yes, I think I can go for that idea. I literally don't see why not. And there is another advantage of this. The queen has only one square, which means that this bishop doesn't make any possible sense. Doesn't really make any single sense in the board. Oh, unless you bring the bishop back. I don't think I should be scared at all if I move such this one. I think I can just play h4. h4 has a really cool idea. If you take, I take with the pawn. Everything is still defended, and there is pressure on this pawn. Still good luck castling. You can't pretty much castle. I really would like to play this move better than this, but the problem is that it doesn't threaten that. It literally doesn't. Going for the bishop, that's a clever move. That's a clever move that I missed. I have to say this. So I could give a check, just bring the bishop back. Yeah, and this should be fine. Even though I'm giving some counterplay to my opponent, I think this should be fine. I'm giving a check. I don't want to give the bishop to my opponent. Because let's say I castle and he takes, then he can play c5. To open everything. I don't like that. I prefer him to play c6 if he wants to, or to play bishop d7. And then I think I can take and castle. And the difference is that it's still giving you this pawn, but you're not really in time to play the push c5. You're not in time. I'm going to take this file. The knight has to go back and I should be fine. And then this pawn comes. So yeah, now that I think about it, I might don't even want to castle. Yeah, this was my idea. And I thought it was pretty fine. Now I'm defending this, you can't play c5. Your knight is kinda stupid. I'm threatening to play a3 and your knight goes on the bell square. So yeah, I like this. Probably was just way better to play bishop on d7. And if you think about it, when your opponent gives a check and you're playing the French, just play bishop d7. You play bishops. The light square bishop is terrible, it's always terrible, just read it. I might even want to castle long now that I think about it, so that I can double rooks and go for this plan. Yeah, let's start with this one. And now long castle. With the idea that I'm going to play h5 and slaughter you. So you have to play pretty active moves. Now this move is risky, not gonna lie. I played a risky move, but I don't see a really fast way to lose for me. Like, you could go for this, but it's not as scary to me. Yeah, this was the point. So I could play this, but first could even take this one. Now I'm going for the simple plan. I'm just going to take queen take. Don't think king take. I mean, if you want to take with the king, you're welcome. Okay. Now I take. The point of long castling is that I have a rook on d1. It's pretty annoying. You have a queen there. And now I could also bring the knight. You don't really want to take with the bishop, otherwise I just play this. Alright, knight take makes sense. So this was my idea. I want to play knight on d4. And I don't really see the punish for that. So yeah, let's play knight on d4. So if knight take, rook take. Or even queen take maybe. Left is good. So my plan now might be to play knight on b5. With that to take. Maybe even take this and then go for this. Like, ton of stupid stuff. All together. Yeah, and they decided to take. Decided to take. Interesting. What to do now? Rook take still looks pretty appealing to me. But there is even queen take that I have to consider. But I don't really see the point. I guess rook take is way better. Also, I add a layer of defense. This rook is doing something important on the forward rank, and I like it. Now, I'm trading pieces, but it's not a problem, because after you take this, for example, let's say you want to trade more pieces, I'm just going to have too many weaknesses as a target. So it's not really good for you. Also, another point is that I could double rooks. Since I have the rook on d4, I could try to put the rook there. Just have to move the queen. Doesn't look that difficult, to be honest. In the future I might have this sacrifice, take, pawn take and win the queen, but right now it does absolutely nothing except losing a piece. Yeah, this move makes sense, but if you think about it, his knight doesn't have a ton of squares where to go. So once again, I think it should be pretty fine. So an idea right now, since once again I don't think you really want to castle, is to take the bishop. Take the bishop, queen take, and plant a knight there on this square, and GG. I mean, good luck defending that. Looks pretty terrible. And let's say at the point, because you have a queen there, I play this, you play this, I play this, looks really good for me. Queen there, I just go back, take, yeah, should be fine. I think that is a cool idea. Otherwise, let's see if I have something else. Let's see if I have more options. What if I push these? And if I take, you have to take with this pawn. I think I'll go for this. And let's hope I don't regret that. If king take, this comes. No question asked. King take, this comes, f4 comes. I want to open everything. Okay, queen take, and we go for this. Just checking real quick if my logic made any sense. Oh, yes, this move. This is a nasty move. Check and win the rook. Well, I will give a check and win the rook myself. I play this. You give a check move. You take. I give a check. King move. I take. Rook take. Take. Am I even better at that point? I missed that idea. That is pretty annoying. Oh. But what if I play this? Just missed this static. I just see this now. What if I play this? Queen is under attack. You can't just play whatever you want. Like, you give a check, a move. You can't really take this. The queen is under attack. And like threatening this, we check. And after the move, the knight is under attack as well. Oh yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Yeah, I got a lucky tactic this time, but I'm not going to complain. You play this, I take en passant. So it's not even bad. Yeah, that's really nice tactic. Got kinda lucky with this. I thought this was pretty good, but now that I see this is way better. If you take, not only you lose an exchange, you probably lose a piece as well. Because the only way to defend is by playing this. Take, rook take, knight is under attack. Knight there is the only way to defend, and after that I double rooks and I win the piece. Oh, okay, this move is something else, man. This move is terrible. Ain't no way this was the best move. Like, feel like you're getting mated in 2 seconds. Now, if I play this, you save your ass, okay. But what if I just give a check? Also, you still can't take. So what if I play rook d1? Yeah, but then this comes. And that's the annoying move. That is the annoying move. Yeah, I'm giving a check. I'm giving a check. I mean, this has to be crazy winning. King move. I don't have this, I get it. I can play this if nothing. But I could even play this first, just move out of the way. Double rooks. And win the game. Yeah, doesn't look like a bad idea. I have to be honest. So, king b1, just preventing this check. And I want to play rook d1. I could have played the queen on g5. But I don't know, queen on g5 seems risky. Seems like he can have some stupid move to play, and I don't want to allow that. I'll just play the simple move. Simple move. Now my king is defended. You have 0 checks. And your position is terrible. There isn't really too much you can do about that. So king on d1, there are ways to stop that. I mean, rook on d1, there are ways to stop that, but then there is queen on g5 at the point, you can't pin me. And I should win pretty easily. But yeah, in 15-10, I have to say, you get a really interesting game. Like, it's always difficult to win. This guy is 1800, but it's always difficult to beat guy at this level. They have a ton of time to think they are not going to play terrible move, of course, so it takes some time and it takes some skill. But yeah, I also play opening, I don't know, in order to give you, some different content. I mean, I don't know this, but I don't think I play this in a bad way. Queen on g4 is an idea. I knew that. I played the French. I played every type of variation in the French, so I pretty much know this stuff, but not in depth. Alright, then you go for this one. I have to say, it's not the stupidest move I ever seen. This actually makes a lot of sense if you think about it. If you think about it, it does make a lot of sense indeed. So I start with this one. This has to be a great move. So by playing this move, you don't give me the chance to play this. And also, you're not getting mated now because you can run away. So yeah, that's something pretty clever. Even though still looks pretty difficult to play. Take. And I don't think you can defend the knight. Unless you find something real crazy, but I don't see that. Let's see if my opponent has any check. He doesn't. So you can give this check. You can't cover it with the knight because you get mated. Now you have to run away on one of these two squares. If you play this, you get mated. Yeah, to be honest, you're getting mated anyway, whatever you do. Yeah, this is mate in every possible way. For example, well, I'll show you in the analysis. Alright, this is the accuracy. 0 brilliances. I don't like that. I don't like that, man. I want a brilliant move. Come on. Alright, so we are playing as well. We're playing the classical French. They play the Winawer, whatever it's called, variation. And Queen G4 is a move. I don't remember if it's the most played, but it is definitely a move. Yeah, probably it is the most played, and it is pretty annoying. So now the move is E5, as I said. Yeah, probably you were supposed to play knight on F6, and then take, and then you develop the rook and everything. Looks pretty good. I mean, looks... I don't know why I said that. It doesn't look pretty good. It's fine. I mean, it's fine for both sides. I mean, kind of good for white because your opponent can't really castle. And you get one pawn, but in reality, your opponent gets a ton of counterplay, so you have to be careful. I don't like playing this as black. So I just don't go for bishop before. Alright, this is bad. And now e5. E5 is the best move. Queen g7 apparently. Queen take g7, there is queen f6. That's why I didn't want to play that. Queen g3 and it gets in. Yeah. You know what, Stockfish? What if you shut up? What if you shut up and suggest decent moves? I swear to God, this move is bad. E5 is better. Like, if you check the evaluation later, E5 is better. E5 is better. Stockfish can't play. It's so bad. Alright, so knight on e7, and now we could take. I still don't want to give my opponent a ton of counterplay, so knight on f3 is a miss. I'm playing inaccurate because Stockfish can't play. Like he's crazy, man. Alright, so knight on f5 makes sense. Attacks this, and now I think bishop on d3 has to be played. There isn't too much to do, and now h4, the short castle, queen f4, bishop g5, a ton of good moves are there. H4 has to be played. I mean, it has to be a good move, and now, yeah, knight on b4 is a great move that I missed. Apparently, yeah, still better, but I'm supposed to find queen f4. I think with this idea. Actually, what is the idea of queen f4? Oh, g4 is the idea. G4 has to be the idea. Or you just go for h5, but h5, what happens? Take c5. D takes c5. Oh, where c5 does nothing. I just missed that. I just missed that c5 does nothing. Oh, that's why I wasn't supposed to give a check, because c5 does absolutely nothing, and I missed that. So apparently there is bishop on e7, I guess you take. Knight e2? Take, pawn take. Bishop take e7? Queen take e7? Queen takes g6. That's crazy. Okay, I would have never seen this in 300 years from the distance. How on earth was I supposed to see this? All of this in order to sacrifice the queen on the g-pawn? Nah. Okay, man. I guess that's an idea. Okay. So what happened? Okay, I played this, which is inaccurate. I just go bad. Now this was bad. Just play bishop on d7, as I said. And now, yeah, I'm completely fine. Much better. I should have played h5. I played a3. And now long castle. As soon as I played it, I felt like it wasn't the best move ever, but it wasn't even losing. Felt like it was fine, but I had something better. Definitely is queen f4. Just queen f4 and go for g4. Makes sense. Alright. He plays this. I'm just taking. And I decided to take the pawn. And I get in with the knight. Apparently, I should have gone for h5 anyway. With just bishop take on e7. And I think you want to go for this. No, you still want to go for h5. So h5 had to be played at a certain point. And now, I thought this idea was working. It doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't. If I play this, there is this. And you win this. And now it gets crazy because I play this, take, check, this. And I was like, rook take, queen take. And black might be better. Black might be better, that's what I saw. Apparently at this point there is just queen take and you don't win the exchange. Which is not really human move to play. But luckily there is a really nice sacrifice. And we can get in with the knight, and obviously now it's over. And king on b1 was the best move before going for the attack. Just prevent any of your opponent counterplay. If you play a really sharp position, you want to be defended before pushing all your pieces towards your king and maybe sacrificing. So king on b1 makes a ton of sense. And now we go for rook on d1. We take everything. And not only we win the knight, we also win the game. You play this is mate in 1. You play this, we take, you go there, check, play this, check, and you get mated. And the last possible thing you could do is that at this point you play this and you go for this, we give a check and you get mated anyway. So yeah, this was a great game, I would say. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I see you soon with the next video. Bye bye.